Hello there. What's up, YouTube? We have a good one for y'all today. We're going to be talking about the characters with the lowest win rates in Marvel Rivals Competitive Season 1.5. The breakdown is I'm going to go through the top 3 characters in each character class and tell you the ones with the lowest win rates. It doesn't mean these characters are bad. It just means statistically these characters take the most L's. And we're going to start with none other than what I play, Vanguard. In third place, we have Groot. You should know that win rate and good are not synonymous, because if they were, Groot would not be here. He's a very solid tank with great defense, good attack, and one of the best ults to combo with other characters, especially Moon Knight. As good as Groot is, I do feel like he's very misplayed. I never really run into problems going against Groots, but every now and then I will run across a Groot that is unbeatable. If you know how to use his walls, you can be an absolute menace to go against. Moving on to the Vanguard with the second lowest win rate, we have Magneto. Further proof that low win rate does not mean the character is bad. Magneto, in my opinion, is the best Vanguard in this game. He has incredible defense, very strong attack. He's one of the only tanks that can drop any healer in their ultimates, including Luna Snow. And he's also one of the very few tanks that can stay alive against any ultimate. And that is thanks to his Iron Bulwark and his Magnetic Curtain. But more than just stay alive, he can also shut down any projectile ultimate in the game right now. I have nothing negative to say about Magneto, and let's not forget that when you pair him with Wanda, he becomes the strongest offensive tank in the game. And finally, moving on to the Vanguard with the lowest win rate in Marvel Rivals Competitive Season 1, we have Venom. This is the only character where the win rate actually represents the character, because Venom is inarguably the worst Vanguard right now. I hate to say that because I know I will be destroyed in the comments by a bunch of Venom mains, but I don't care. Venom is a dive tank, but he's not nearly as good at it as Cap, Thor, or even Hulk. The only way to stay up when you're playing as Venom is to swing out of combat, which is not what you want in big team fights. I do believe, however, with a few adjustments, he could be the best dive tank in the game, but in Season 1, that is just not the case. Alright, that's it for Vanguards. We're moving on to Duelist. Coming in at third is Moon Knight. This one is interesting because he has the second highest pick rate of all the duelists. Moon Knight can be very good, especially in the lower ranks where people don't know to get rid of his onks. I'm not saying he's bad in high rank. I've actually seen people do crazy work with him in Grandmaster. He's just not as easy to use in those higher ranks. You pretty much have to run him as a dive character. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I've seen it work time and time again. Just go watch some top 500 streams and you'll see my point. Moving on to the duelist with the second lowest win rate, we have Hawkeye. This does not shock me in the slightest. I honestly believe that 0.1% of players that use him can actually hit his shots. The other 99% just can't, and that's why I think his win rate is so low in Season 1. I have over 200 hours in Marvel Rivals, and I may have run across 5 Hawkeyes that are decent. There's just so many bad ones. He has a decent melee ability, bad traversal, but a decent ultimate. He takes a lot of skill to use correctly, and the players that can pull him off carry their lobbies. But moving on to the duelist with the lowest win rate in Marvel Rivals, Black Widow. She is by far the worst duelist in the game right now, and I think the win rate says it all. Even if you can hit your shots, you're really not providing any value to your team. However, if you get boosted by Mantis, she can actually pop off. Just had a game today where a Widow went 48-2. They weren't cheating, they just had a Mantis giving him a damage boost the whole game, and they had good aim. Literally, the Mantis boost is the only way that she is even remotely viable out of quick play. Her traversal is decent, but that's the only good thing about her. And that wraps up the duelist. Now to finally move on to strategist. These are the 3 strategists with the lowest win rates in Marvel Rivals Competitive. In third place, we have Invisible Woman. I've said this before, but a low win rate does not mean they are a bad character. Matter of fact, I would argue that Invisible Woman is a high A or low S tier healer. She has great basic heals, her knockback and pull can be very clutch, and the shield she can place on her teammates is also very good. Now her ult did get a nerf on how long it lasts, but it is still a very good defensive ult. I think her low win rate is due to her being misplayed and her having the second highest pick rate among all the strategists. Moving on to the healer with the second lowest win rate, we have Luna Snow. Like I said about Invisible Woman, Luna having a low win rate does not mean she is bad. In my opinion, she's the second best healer in the game. Her freeze can shut down almost any ultimate, her clap heals are very good, and her movement's really good. She has, in my opinion, the best strategist ultimate in the game, and if you can hit your shots, she is capable of getting a lot of picks. Her low win rate, I think, is very similar to Invisible Woman. She's very misplayed, and she's one of the most picked strategists in the game. And finally, the strategist with the lowest win rate in Marvel Rivals Competitive Season 1, we have Jeff. Finally, a strategist where the low win rate is representative of the character. I'm not saying Jeff is bad, but I do think he's one of the worst healers in the game. He has great damage, but his heals are lacking. Like, his bubble heals are okay, and so is his water stream, but he's just not as good at healing as other strategists. His ultimate can be very clutch, even though most players know how to avoid it at this point. I do think that if you main him, you're probably either bad at the game or you enjoy upsetting people with his ult. And there you have it, the characters with the lowest lowest win rates in Marvel Rivals Competitive Season 1.5. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to comment down below. Tell me what you want to see me do next. See you guys in the next one. Take it easy, fam. Peace.